He is the legendary DJ behind one of America's most iconic rap groups and one of the curators of scratching techniques that many turntablists use today. His reserved demeanor allows him to walk into a room unbothered until he gets behind the turntables where his presence is magnified and his talent is praised. Mixmaster Ice is indeed the leader of the pack, and we have him up next on Rhythmic TV.
Back in our day, we didn't have videos to look at to see, let me see how he did that. So we kind of had to go by ear. So if I heard a scratch, I'm like, how do you do that? And I'd sit there and mess around until I got that sound. Mixmaster Ice was a big example because he did this scratch, we call it the Mixmaster Ice scratch, where he kind of did a forward scratch, and then he did a backward scratch, and then forward again, fidget, and he alternated. Fidget. And then he also wasn't just leaving the fader open. He was kind of doing like what we call a chirp now, at the very end. So he go widget, and I'm like, but there was no such thing as chirps, we didn't call it that. So I'm like, what the heck is this dude doing?
I'm standing here with a colleague.
Yes, indeed.
I can indeed say colleague this time because this is my second trip with you to Dominican Republic.
Yes.
But this is the legendary Mixmaster Ice of U.T.F.O, the Untouchable Force organization. Legendary group in rap history. They're one of the greatest groups of all times. If you don't know about them, something's wrong with you. Okay? That's just what it is. But Mixmaster Ice, let me ask you, how many trips do you do like this, or have you done like this over the course of your career?
Well, first of all, thank you for that introduction. That was nice. I appreciate that. And how many trips I've done like this?
I'm testing you.
I would probably say a couple hundred. Yeah. Easy. Couple hundred. So throughout time.
So that means people should aspire to get to your level. Is what I'm really getting at. They should aspire to get to your level because that means you're worldwide.
Well, practice makes perfect. You gotta have a passion. Definitely. And when you have a job that you love to do, it's not really work. But you gotta have a passion and a drive for this sort of thing because it's a lot of hustle and bustle with it. Sometimes you don't sleep. Sometimes you eat. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you moving around real fast. So you really gotta love what you do, man. We people pleasers. Yeah. We're party rockers, and we like to entertain. So there's a lot that come with that. There's good blessings that come with that as well. But like you said, we move around a lot. So you got to be built for this kind of game, Now,
straight from Brooklyn.
Yes, indeed.
Now you're in Columbus, Ohio. How did you get there?
Well,
I don't know that part of the story.
Okay, well, when we used to tour a lot back in the 80s, a lot of promoters would bring me back to their cities to rock their clubs or their after parties or their concerts, skating rings, whatever. And so I had about 14 to 15 different cities that I frequented a lot outside of touring. Anytime we had any downtime, these different promoters would try to book me to bring me to their cities. Columbus was one of the cities I used to frequent a lot. Okay. And one of the visits turned into a long stay. Okay. And then buying some property out there. And that was kind of the turning point, buying a house out there. Because in New York, we always rented everything. You know what I mean? Right. So buying the house was kind of a turning point. And then I had already built a great foundation out there, DJing and networking and stuff. So it just made sense. You get a good bang for your buck out there. Right. And then I still travel back and forth a lot, you know what I mean?
It's a beautiful city. It's
yes, indeed.
One of my favorites. Let me ask you this, that I know you are master on the techniques, on the 1200s.
Thank you.
But have you always, I know some of the backstory, but for everyone watching, have you always been a DJ?
I've been a DJ since 14, 15. I started DJing in 1980. So that's about 38, 39 years. And I started off in hip-hop, rapping and DJing. I actually used to rap first because I didn't have no equipment. Yeah. So my inception in the hip-hop was as a rapper at first. Yeah. Then kind of transitioned into a DJ that can put some raps down as well. So I kind of incorporate a little bit of both, but mostly for the most part, I just focus on the DJing aspect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question as far as like DJing goes.
Yep.
Do you still surprise yourself with some of your like techniques? Like, do you still discover new scratches and you know what I'm saying? Because I know 38 years you've done them all.
You know what it is? Technology moves and advances so much.
Yeah.
So what happens now, I find myself spreading myself across the board, learning different techniques and different softwares and different different devices that are coming out now.
Yeah.
You know, it's not just about the vinyl. You know, I try to be versatile on using all that stuff. So I'm always trying to learn what's the new thing that's getting ready to come out. Mm-hmm. So that way when I show up somewhere and I'm able to use what they got.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're only able to just use vinyl, then you're not going to be able to work with the digital stuff because, you know. But I just try to be versatile with a lot of the stuff though. But the number one uno baby is still the wax. I still love when we carried those crates.
Really?
Because it kept DJs honest. Yeah. It kept the game honest.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot easier now to get a laptop, buy a hard drive off of somebody, load your music up, and have 30, 40 songs in your computer. Now you still got to be good to know how to transition, but you got access to the music.
Right.
When we had those crates, everybody didn't have access to that music.
That's right.
So if you didn't have 70s, 80s, and 90s records, you couldn't do those type of parties. You only could play the parties of the new music you can get your hands on. So it kind of separated us a little bit. We was able to have our own little lanes a little bit better. Now it's kind of wide open. The playing field is a lot more level now because music is real easy to get.
Right, it is.
It's easy to download.
Right.
So you got people 21, 22, maybe 25 that can have the same type of catalog as me because they can buy that. They can buy that hard drive and duplicate it off of somebody, you know, or get on there and just download a bunch of songs off the internet. It's a whole lot different when you got to go in there and find that record and buy it.
And when you're searching for it in your crate, you got to be able to go to it quickly so you can transition.
Well, you're going to know your file cabinet. It's like a file cabinet. You're going to know where you got your stuff.
Right.
But, you know, right now, I guess the blessing of it is technology has made it where we can carry a laptop and have 100,000 songs in it, depending on what type of software we're using. You know what I mean? You know, that's a blessing. The curse of it is everybody can do that now. So, you know what I mean? It's good with the good, the bad with the bad. But, you know, not carrying those crates is kind of a blessing, too. Because on a gig like this, he's not going to be able to do it.
Right,
so,
exactly.
You know, it's a curse and a blessing.
Let me piggyback off of that question a little bit and kind of, I guess, get to a point. When you're listening to DJs, right? Most of the times, you know, you end up playing the same stuff just depending on you know, the gig or whatever. But what is it that makes you, you know, say, oh man, you know what I mean? Like, I know you've had those moments with DJs. What is that thing, I guess, or advice that you can give that would make you as a legend in the game?
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
What would make you be like, oh my God, they're doing something different, or man, you know what I mean?
Well, I you know, I'm still a student and a huge fan of hip hop in particular, but the DJ culture in itself, I'm still a huge fan. There's always new creative ideas coming out. There's always individuals that's looking to raise the bar and to get the light shined on them. So I keep my ear and eyes to a lot of stuff. I do a lot of networking and I meet a lot of people. I'm fortunate to have been in the game a long time and meet a lot of people. But I'm still a fan of the culture. So anytime I hear something somebody's rocking, I'm like, oh, he's doing this thing, or somebody hit a record, or she hit a record that you haven't heard in a while. You're like, oh, I didn't think about using that one, or I ain't heard it in a while. You know, and then you hear things that are commonly used because it works. So a lot of people like to play the safe zone. Yeah. I'm real impressed with people that tend to take chances and risk, and try to do something a little bit different. Kind of same thing with hip hop. If everybody's sounding the same, everybody sounds the same.
Yeah.
And when you sound a little bit different or you look a little bit different, you get a little attention on you because you're doing something different. You know what I mean? So for me, there's a lot of DJs all over the world that I watch and follow and pay attention to. And, I'm always impressed with someone's passion. You can tell when they're really into what they're doing and they have a craft and they practice and they read rooms. You can tell people that practice, and you can tell people that are just into the culture and they know their music, So I love watching people that can work a room with a lot of confidence. That impresses me a lot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
Just like you, when you walk in any place,
thank you.
I see people like,
I appreciate that. That's love. That's love. And I appreciate that.
Real talk. But we have to give credit where credit is due.
Thank you.
Somebody that, for me, being able to just to talk to you
yes,
and
indeed.
have access to you,
yes, indeed,
is a beautiful thing.
And I appreciate that.
And you learn so much just by being in the presence of someone.
Thank you.
Great.
Well,
so thanks.
We've been fortunate to been on a couple of ventures and DJ on some events, but it's quality. We've been on some great events.
Oh yeah, totally.
You know what I mean? And we meet a lot of great people and we network, and that's what it's all about, man. That's just the love of the music, the love of what we do. You know what I'm saying? And then you get that energy back.
Oh yeah.
And that's the feeling in the world right there. It's the same thing when you drop a record and everybody's like, oh, that was it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Love is love. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
So let me give you your kudos yesterday.
Okay.
So we're out in the ocean somewhere, like we don't know where we were. And let me tell you how official he is. He got the boat stuck. That's all I'm gonna say. He got the boat stuck with the way he was rocking and doing his thing.
We shut it down. We shut it all the way
like
down.
Like literally, he shut it down. Like for real.
We're stuck on the water. We had to be rescued.
Exactly. So thank you, Mixmaster Ice.
Yes.
Legendary DJ, pioneer of the hip hop culture.
Yes, indeed. Thank you.
Back in the rap game, like
yes, indeed.
You were an official part of rap history, not just hip hop history, but rap history.
Thank you. Yes,
so
indeed.
that's a long span of accolades that you've contributed to our culture. So I appreciate it. How can everybody follow you and see what you're up to? And
all right. Well, if you're on social media, most of my social media is Mixmaster Ice, so you can hit me up at Mixmaster Ice. Website's in development right now. That'll be up real soon, so bear with me on that. But that'll be mixmasterice.com. But Instagram is Mixmaster Ice, Twitter's Mixmaster Ice, Facebook Mixmaster Ice. So, I don't mess with the Snapchat too much, but those other platforms you can reach me at. And it was definitely a pleasure. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And I appreciate you guys tuning in and checking us out.
See how we do it on Rhythmic TV, baby.
Rhythmic TV, what's good, y'all? Peace.